You're watching WNRD Wrestling Nerd News. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wrestling Nerd News. WNRDBN acronym. Working on it. But we've got a nice logo. So yes, we're just going to bring you a big news story of the week, give our thoughts. We have no idea any format of this because we're just making this up as we go along. But so this past weekend, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda was released by WWE, and boy howdy, has everybody been really confused by this. I would just like to point out my conspiracy theory before we get going, that they said that they released Bray Wyatt. But typically when they release a superstar, they say the name. Like, it should have said WWE has come to terms of release of Wyndham Rotunda. But they didn't. They said Bray Wyatt. So I'm confused. But is this a conspiracy theory? Am I reading too much into this, or is he gone? Anybody?
He's gone.
He's gone.
Do you think that they're going to bring him back as like Husky Harris?
God, don't do that. Did you know that Cody was his freaking pro on NXT? Yeah. Well, I follow a Twitter account that says wrestling images that were easily forgotten, and it's like pro Cody, rookie Husky Harris. I'm like,
did you know that Miz was Daniel Bryan's pro?
Did you know that Chris Jericho was Wade Barrett's? I forget who is David Otunga's.
Yeah. So. Bray Wyatt definitely is gone.
But let's ask the ultimate question. Would you think it would be – what do you think they would do? Do you think that Bray Wyatt could potentially join the Dark Order?
I think that was the most logical thing.
Because I know they've been asked in the past, like, oh, we don't want another leader. But, like, wouldn't it fit perfectly if it was Bray? That's just my thought. I don't – he doesn't own the rights to Bray Wyatt, though, right? I would assume so.
I'm sure probably not, but I'm sure they can come up with some.
Wyndham Rotunda is a badass name. Like,
yeah,
Cult of Wyndham. And then we could get some Barry Windham on the TV. Like, I'm here for it. But, yeah, no.
Or he could be a guy who does taxes for a living.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. My God. That'll never get over.
But I hope wherever he ends up at that somewhere lets him do what he can, like his own gimmick. Not that's daddy right there. But what I'm trying to say, like, let him just have creative freedom, not micromanage him. Let him work whatever gimmick he wants to come up with, and because I mean he's good. He can talk. I mean he's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but not everybody has to be.
I gotta bring up the tweet that Mickie James put up because WWE posted, "We have come to the terms on the release of Bray Wyatt. Wish him the best for future endeavors." And Mickie James just goes, "I think you meant to say what you meant to say was thank you so much for coming up with such an incredible gimmick, time and time again. One so cool and over. We really don't know how to book it right, so we just gave it to someone else so we can still make all the money off of it and let you go."
Yeah.
Mickie is not bitter about her release at all. No.
She didn't say anything that's not true.
Yeah, it's just tacky though.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's cool to be like pissed off and upset. I just felt like that one was like that was a little tacky.
Complete side note. Here's Matt Cardona eating Domino's pizza with the GCW title on. Holding a pizza cutter. Brilliant move. No, but yeah, this one doesn't make sense. I can almost argue Braun. I can almost argue Joe because they literally weren't doing anything with them at the time. Obviously, I'm glad Joe's in NXT. I want to see him and Karrion Kross just beat the living tar out of each other. But like Bray was just in a Raw that is dreadful to a lot of people. He was all like, at least last 2 years ago when he first started doing the Firefly Funhouse, I was like, okay, let's see this 1.5-minute clip. I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah.
Because I remember that first time he showed the Fiend, or the first time they did the Firefly Funhouse, I just went, what the flip was that?
Yep.
I want more. I just hope Ramblin' Rabbit finds a good home. That's
I only care about the puppets.
Yeah, well, we only care about puppets here on the Nerd Broadcast. So
I don't know if I want him to go to AEW. I love AEW. I don't want it to get like super saturated, but they are having the new show. They're having Rampage. So like that's good. They've got the 2 YouTube shows. I don't know. I'm conflicted on it because I think he'd do really well there and we'd get some awesome matches there.
Mm-hmm.
I just maybe not yet. Like I know you got the 90 days, but I'm thinking maybe like
I think they said it would be the week before Full Gear would be when he's eligible, when his 90 days is up. But you know what would just be it's how what's that, Nick?
I just thought of something. What happens if he ends up in New Japan?
Lights out, Rainmaker. Just
Yo.
it zooms out and it's just Bray Wyatt in the rafters.
He comes out with some like whatever, like he could just be regular Bray Wyatt.
He would be a legend. You know
well,
what?
like how Lance Archer would like freak out all the kids and like get in everyone's faces in the crowd. Like,
yeah,
can you imagine
Bray
walking around
could
in
do
like
that.
Fiend-esque mask in the crowd?
My thought was, what if he just shows up in that War Games match at GCW? Like, I don't know why, but I don't know if he'd want to do it, but I just see like the Fiend just breaking light tube after light tube after light tube, and he's just like, come on.
I think he'd get as much hate as Cardona did.
No, I feel like the Fiend would just be so. Imagine they do the Fiend versus Cardona in a death match
for the title,
Firefly death match.
It's just filled with sticky tape.
And brawlers, so you know.
And the bug zappers.
Oh, but the tennis racket one that you can get with your buddies. So, but yeah, I don't. This one just boggles me. And they've already started chanting, "We want Wyatt." It's going to be the new CM Punk chant because we're getting Punk back. We're not getting Wyatt for a little while.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to touch on this
sad
subject?
A lot of free agents. I mean, like Tom was saying, at some point AEW has to start.
Yeah, they can't just sign everybody.
Through, like a filter a little bit. And,
yep.
You know, they can't just sign everybody. I mean, I know.
But compared to everyone else they've released this year, I'll be honest, Braun Strowman does not excite me. He's just a big dude who does big dude things. Like he's cool for kids, I'm sure. Like when we were kids, like. Yeah, in hindsight, Giant Gonzalez sucked, but when you looked at him, you're like, holy crap, here's this 10-foot tall dude in a furry suit. Mm-hmm. You know.
Everything
your whole bit is going Braun.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Everything I read says that Braun Strowman's going to re-sign with WWE again for less money. So
I wouldn't be surprised by that. But if you look at like characters, Bray's a can't miss character.
So. Yeah.
I think it's a must sign.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. So, but we will see what happens with Bray Wyatt and CM Punk and Daniel Bryanson and when I'll win the crown back and all this good stuff coming up in the month of August and September. So let us know your thoughts and comments about Bray Wyatt and where you want to see him go in 90 days and what you want to see happen and who else might lose their job at WWE because Nick Khan is just getting rid of everybody. Like he's going to fire Vince McMahon if he could, but we'll see. So, that is going to do it for the Wrestling Nerd News. Don't forget to leave your comments below, like this channel, like this video, share with your friends, subscribe below, buy the merch, ProWrestlingTees.com/The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, hats, shirts, and so much more available. ProWrestlingTees.com/The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Join our Patreon, Patreon.com/WNRDB. And until next time, on behalf of myself, Nick, Ryan, and Tom, don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.